Welcome to Miss Dragon's Menagerie. Everyone is welcome, everyone is accepted. The only requirement is that you are loving, kind, and respectful to one another. Bad behavior will not be tolerated. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the replay crew, if you catch this later. And we're back to Monday again. I do have the daycare kids. The biggest one's asleep. He looks so uncomfortable in that chair. He's got his blanket on, sitting up in a recliner. He's been asleep for about 2. Hi, Lynn. Hi, Brazzy. He's been asleep for about 2 hours. So, I don't know. He may or may not stay asleep. I may have to break off and go make him lunch early. But I guess he didn't sleep good last night, and he needs to sleep today, or at least tonight, so he can get enough sleep for tomorrow. Because we're heading up to Rainier. I figured out the new reservation thing. When it first came out, you could pick your day and reserve your time, but now, evidently, that must have been too much of a cluster. So you have to wait till 7 o'clock the night before to make your reservation. So, yeah, I've got my timer set so I can make my entrance time into the Sunrise Corridor. So that'll be really pretty. But here in about a month, I don't have to deal with this scheduling. I forget, it goes from till September something. It's like June to some part of September, basically summertime for kids. When people do all their vacationing and whatnot. So I had to book that, and after this, I got to go get Pops in the refrigerator. Let him pick out, well, whenever he wakes up, because I don't think he'll be happy if his sister picks it out for him. Their Lunchables, and get their little snacks all gathered up so I can throw them in the bag and go in the morning. So, yes, I am in Washington. I am from my driveway to the Sunrise side. It is 79 miles. So, oh, cool. Okay. God, I think the last time I went by Olympia is when we went to Kalaloch 5 years ago. I think it was. Yeah. Olympia's pretty. As a kid, we went to the Capitol. And I think that was the last time I was actually in the Capitol building. But yeah, I'm over here by Natchez. With the resort fire. So much fun. Our air quality is crap. And we had some rain this morning, but it wasn't enough to take the smoke out of the air, and I'm pretty sure it didn't do a thing to the fire. Now, on the plus side, Chinook Pass is open. White isn't, but they've done the what do they call it? The edge, contained. There's a containment line right before the bridge that goes to the other side to Chinook Pass, so it won't close Chinook Pass, and it's not gonna burn in Chinook Pass. So. Oh, thank you, hon. Yeah. We had thunder this morning. I was surprisingly woke up at almost 7 to a house shaking thunder. And I'm like, my first thought was, well, besides my poor cat who just decided it scared her to death because, we don't get thunder and lightning out here. But my first thought was, please, no fires, please, no fires. And the closest lightning strike we had was a mile away, but that was in an orchard. So, but I was just like, no, we don't need any more fires, please. So Auburn's pretty. I guess you'd call him my oldest extra child. My son's best friend from high school, that his parents, one moved His mother moved to Alaska for a better job opportunity. His folks were divorced, so they went to stay with their dad, and then their dad ran off with a girl from uh, somewhere down south, and so the boys were left to fend for through high school to fend for themselves. So yeah, they pretty much stayed here most of the time. So yeah, he lives in Auburn. Uh, his brother bought their grandparent through a whole rigmarole, was able to finally buy their grandparents' home once they passed, and so they live there. So that makes it nice. It's way easier to turn over a home that doesn't really get on the market, doesn't have all that other fancy stuff. I don't know if there's probably closing costs and stuff, but probably not a real estate issue to lose a good, you know, have to either lose or have to pay more. So yeah. Um, I always I point out to the kids, I said that used to be called Blood Alley, 18. It used to be just one way, nothing, no, you can't go on the side anymore. Because all spring when we were going over to Issaquah, they were working on 18. And I don't know what the heck was that movie called. It had Kevin Bacon and Jeff Bridges, and he kidnapped the girl. Oh, what was? I want to say the girl was Sandra Bullock, but he drives her. He picks her up at the North Bend. Where's the? Okay, I'll get back to that one. But he picks her up at the North Bend Mount Si AM/PM, and it's in the movie. And then he takes her down 18 when he kidnaps her. The farthest place I've ever traveled, Hawaii or Alaska. No, I think Hawaii is farther than what we did. We went up into Alaska. We went into the Yukon. So, yeah, I think Hawaii. And that was for my senior trip. My mother asked, well, where do you guys want to go? Me and my cousin and my Aunt Josephine. They're like, well, where do you guys want to go on your senior trip? Well, and I'm looking at places I won't have to have a shot. And I'm like, I said, the Virgin Islands look good. And I told her that, and mother was like, okay, Hawaii it is. I'm like, why the fuck did you ask me? I didn't get a choice in this. I mean, Hawaii was pretty. We stayed in Kauai, and then we stayed in Waikiki. When you're a senior and you get out of school, you don't expect to see people from your school. I mean, not students, but staff from your school. Yeah, my little town of Grandview, Washington, where I grew up, was 6,000 people. What are the odds you're going to run into your vice principal? We did. I was like, oh my God. Yeah. The man who used to sit there and have his nicotine fits going down the hallway. You could just watch him just wringing his hands as he went down the hallway. So he just couldn't wait to get back to the teacher's lounge. The teacher's lounge that would, once you open the door, the smoke would just roll out. And it looked like the typical 70s teacher's lounge, that weird fluorescent lighting, the yellow couches and the coffee pot and the Xerox machine when Xerox first came out. If you had to do papers for school, we were allowed to Xerox out 5 of them. And then you had to ditto machine the rest of them. So, yeah. Yep. God dang. what we got away with back then. I feel sorry for these kids now. I mean, okay, really, oh, goody, I'm having a hot flash. Isn't that lovely? I gotta turn the air conditioning back on. It's supposed to be like 95 today. I don't have it on in the house because the kids are out there with the blankets and jackets on, and I'm like, how are you guys cold? But yeah. Oh yeah. I remember when that happened. Yeah. Did I turn it on? Please tell me I turned on the air conditioner. It might be a little loud, but I'm dying in here. Hey, Sasquatch. Yeah, because the Green River Killer was in Tacoma. Yeah. I remember that. Oh God, when I say what we got away with, I was sophomore year. They took us to the Daffodil Festival, all those parades. We had 3 of them to do. So we spent the nights because the first parade was way in the morning, and that's Grandview to Puyallup. It's almost at least a 3-hour drive in a bus. But oh, okay. Yeah. Because I wasn't young, but I was young enough to, well, younger than I am now, to remember it. The band, because I was the banner carrier, one of the 2 girls that carried the banner. They took us over, dropped us off in downtown Seattle, and says, be at the Kingdome by 7:30. Free range, Seattle. There we went. Nowadays, these poor kids, it's dang near a one-on-one chaperone to children. So, yeah, kind of miss those days, but nowadays, too many creepy people out there. I mean, my boyfriend at the time, him and his friends rolled a drunk he's dead now, so I can say it. They rolled a drunk and took the coke from him and then brought it back to the motel. Remember walking up there, seeing them piling all up, and I'm like going, I'll be back in 30 minutes. I come back in 30 minutes and they're all going. And I was like, yeah, good enough. I'm good. You guys can have all of it. So, oh man, I've only been, this was a high school bus. And I've only actually, I guess you call me sheltered. I've only been on a public transit bus twice in my life and in a taxi once. Public transit was going from the motel to Pearl Harbor and back. And then the taxi was going to the harbor, going down to the pier. And you know how all those hills are in Seattle. I'm going, I got stuck in the front seat. And so I'm getting a, first eye view of how fast this guy's going from stop sign to stop sign to stop sign. I about crap my pants. But man. So yeah, I guess you could say I'm sheltered. I've only been to like one club, and it wasn't even in English. It was in Spanish, and it was a blast. But yeah, it's like it took me a while to catch when Captain, he would talk, the Admiral now, it's a nickname I gave him, because I know nothing. And Dad retired from the county prison as a corrections officer, but we never talked about it. really, other than, well, so-and-so's in there again. And I'm like, really? Luckily so-and-so has cleaned up and got his shit together. But he'd go, he talks about the shot caller, whoever's calling the shots in there. Well, with, because every now and then you can hear his back east accent come out. And I swear, it must have been 2 years or so, I think, until maybe Russ was on it, doing the Night Yard. I thought he was saying shot caller. So I was trying to figure out who was the shot caller in the jail. Yeah. Oh boy. Oh boy, that had to be interesting. The mother who raised me was a former novice nun. So I was informed and basically forced to attend Mass, hungover or not, even if it wasn't in English. Thank God you pretty much do the same thing in English and in Spanish. You got your Catholic aerobics, stand up, kneel, sit down, over and over again. So, and then Dad was a Irish Catholic who didn't care. So, yeah, talk about being glared at when you fell asleep during Mass. So, yeah, I miss Dad. I don't miss Mother. Yeah. It's very interesting. I looked at it as a just about an ancient ceremony. Yeah, no, neither do I. Absolutely not. No, I do. I think the closest thing I ever come to a church, and I have been so busy lately, and I just can't do the politics. Is Reverend Ed Travers. Just adore him. Fabulous, fabulous guy. This man walks in the Christ light, but he'll take right now it's political scenarios and how they, people were a true follower of Christ on how people should be, but I just can't take all the, because they're live. They're fabulous. People look after each other, kind of like we do in the lifeboat and here too. And, but I gotta, I'll go back after the election because I can't handle the bullshit from either side. So, I mean, I pop in for Compline. I don't know, but he's an not Anglo priest, Anglican priest. So it's really similar to the Catholic Church. So if I catch it, if I catch the replay of Sunday morning services, I can follow along really easy because it's very similar to being Catholic. So, but yeah, he did a good take on the Olympics, on the opening ceremony. That, and I'm glad he realized it too, that it was more of a nod to Dionysus as opposed to, because everybody's like, well, it's a mockery of the Last Supper. It's, when I picture the Last Supper, I don't picture him sitting there with Jesus going, hey, everybody want on the picture, get on this side of the table. I picture something similar to an old wooden picnic table in an upper room. So, that's not how I picture the Last Supper. So I didn't have an issue with it. Dionysus, Greek god, Olympics, Greek activities. I would much prefer actual athletes in it since it is the Olympics. But, but I enjoyed his take on it because it's how did he put it? And it was creative licensing. Da Vinci used creative licensing to paint it. He wasn't there, so it just I like that take because I didn't think about it. The fact that it was the creative licensing, because I'm sure that people are just they get so used to seeing something that way that anything else that's not what they assume it's going to be usually is immediately bad or wrong. So, yes, exactly. And I mean, creative license. I'm pretty sure Christ didn't have long blonde hair and blue eyes. But I'm thinking maybe shorter hair in the heat, curly, dark, you know? So, but yeah, I saw that and I was like, oh, thank God, some little bit of common sense. So, I mean, I've been watching less and less of the news, more and more of my Pandora and my David Arkenstone music channel I get on there. So, yeah. Besides watching the kids, I always keep one ear out on what they're watching. And some Minecraft lady with this really high pitched voice the 8-year-old loves to watch. I can't stand her voice. It's too high pitched for me. But breathtaking reminds me. I was watching, and I doubt anybody in here watches, and I never got to finish it because I got sidetracked. Black Pigeon Speaks. But evidently there's a condition and I don't remember the name, in Italy of people who are just so taken back and so not mesmerized wasn't the word. Just when you look into artwork, and it's so beautiful, like Bradley said, so breathtaking that it just kind of disorients you. It kind of some people faint, I guess, after they see, like this one guy had fainted after seeing what is it, Botticelli's Venus. So yeah. Yeah. Yeah, awestruck. There you go. Awestruck. That's perfect. Yeah, can't. My idea of watching the news is Marfoogle. Um, Nathan, Canadian prepper, you know, uh, Pastor Paul Begley. What's the other one? Brother Steve. Israeli News Live. That's most of the news I watch because I've still gotta. I barely started one of the pieces of Begley's webinar with Rex Bear. So, but yeah, that was kind of interesting that people have that when they see artwork. I don't think I obviously have not seen enough artwork to know that exists. I mean, I saw Tut twice in '79 when he came through, and here, 10 years ago or so now. But for the second exhibit, yeah, that's basically my extent of artwork. Oh wait, scratch that. The Dead Sea Scrolls too. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God, what am I watching now? I haven't watched it in days because we haven't slowed down. True crime reminded me. It's called Resident Alien. It's about a ET who crash landed here and learned how to speak watching Law and Order's SVU. So it's kind of funny. It's a guy. I don't know the actor's name, but he's this guy who played the character Wash on Firefly. So, yeah. Yep. I mean, God. It's 70. I said I was born in I was I was born in 66. I got to turn 58 and oh shit. In a month. I turned 58 on the 6th. Yeah. Class of 84. Just had Sunnyside's class reunion this week. Well, one of the two they had. Just could not. I don't know why. As this old, they thought to do a pub crawl. I'm like, dude, no. I'm like, yeah, I can't do that one. Maybe I'll attend the next one that has a dinner involved. You are the baby in the group, unless Jackson shows up. The 8-year-old turns 9 in October. So, yeah. And it goes by fast. It goes by too fast. My class reunion is next month. I forget where it's at. I have to go on Facebook and look. I don't go on Facebook much other than to post the link for this and maybe shit post. No. I don't know. I would think so, since, the United States is all for money making as much as it can. So I don't know. Because we have the fall side, don't we? Or is it? I don't know how it works. But no kidding. God, I remember pub crawls when I was younger because you pretty much staggered from one bar to the next, but I can't do that anymore. It's like people a couple of years ago at a Super Bowl party. People, a lot of people were drinking, and I'm like, I help monitor a sobriety channel. I do not need to be drinking. I said it doesn't quite go together. So, I mean, I'm not. Alcohol is my drug of choice, but I think for the worst reason. Oh, cool! Please do. That would be gorgeous. Because yes, reminds me, I got to get a jacket for my son. I have an old starter jacket with the old bright green and blue. He wants it. I was gonna sell it on eBay because I found someone selling it on eBay for $300. He's like, "No, I want it. I want to wear it. You can't find that kind of stuff." And I'm like, "Damn it." But yeah, I drink for pain relief and muscle relaxation, which is oddly enough, I still have my, like, I didn't forgot to take them before this, so I'm gonna be real stiff, but I forgot to take my daytime pain meds, because I would rather have that little boost than up my pain meds. I'm afraid of addiction to that, and I will not be addicted to something I have to have basically for the rest of my life. So I don't drink hard alcohol. I don't drink wine. And for some reason, only like a malt beverage, whether it be beer or sweet. That's awesome. I never got really hard into it like my mother's brother did, and I think I never could. But it's just enough to, not to mention, shut down my brain. It's that I don't drink a whole bunch, but my habit is I drink every day. Just so I can get that muscles to relax and my brain will shut off so I can go to sleep. Because I won't take sleeping pills. That's a hypnotic. I won't take anything that alters my brain chemistry. Pill what? Nope, won't take that either. So, and I take I'm only on 5 milligrams of hydrocodone. So, yeah, I don't want to up that anymore. I'd like to get off of it, but because just I don't know the long-term consequences of being on that for over 15 years, what it's doing. I mean, my liver functions fine, everything's fine, but I just don't know in the long run what's going to do to me. Will I be fine up until I hit a certain point and then immediately go downhill? I don't know. So, yeah. I mean, I've tried it. I mean, but I get couch lock, and I with my fibro. Yeah, with my fibro, I have to keep moving. I mean, sitting here for an hour, I am stiff and sore, and yeah, I have to keep moving. Um, but yeah, me and hubby were talking about it. Is it Saturday night? I was mentioning driving home from Tri-Cities to Grandview. You know, oh, I know what started it, because there was a guy driving in front of us, a 50-mile-an-hour road going about 30. I'm like, dude, come on, we can keep moving, And then we were joking that maybe he was driving stoned, and I said, yeah, I've been there, done that, drive Tri-Cities down to Grandview that way. I think 35 miles an hour, I thought I was speeding down the freeway. So yeah, can understand it. So yeah, I got, where was it? Yeah, when I took a break from alcohol there for a while, and I still got them, is the indica turtles. Oh God, they're good. They use a really high quality of chocolate, and I think it's 10 milligrams. 2 of them was too much, because I'd wake up and I wish to God Grandma had hair. I woke up and I had like a multi-lane freeway going in my eyes. I looked in the mirror and go, whoa, wow. They didn't even look white anymore. They look pink. So, and another thing, I can't really do it. This hubby works aerospace. Well, FAA regulation says, none of the wacky tobacco, and they get randomly UA'd. So he used to freak out when my son would smoke it in the basement, because he was worried that he was going to get secondhand smoke. And we're like, no, it's not going to be a problem for you. But yeah, what I liked doing, my son would give me a dab, and then I'd have a large Red Bull with it, so I wouldn't be stuck sitting down. Oh no. Jesus. That sucks. The family didn't even get a chance to say goodbye. Wow. I guess when your time's up, your time's up. So yeah. But oh, my son doesn't live here anymore, so I don't get that chance anymore. I have a bong downstairs in my spare room. But uh what is it? The Hot Shot, that Bissell steam cleaner thing, that will get resin out of your sink. So so once they both moved out, him and his wife, and now ex-wife, moved out, yeah, I had to sit there and clean the resin out of the sink. Like, thanks, you two. You could have at least done that when you moved. So, man. We don't have enough cars to have an accident in our town. One of these days, yeah, yeah, I think that's actually, this doesn't burn your throat as bad either. Um, and maybe that's what I could do because I know I can't have any smoke around Happy. I can quietly vape, go outside, take a 2 hits, and come back in. Do a live while I'm walking around my town. Take a quick little, basically through the original part of town. They build a bunch of townhouses. I forget. I think it's 50 units. I'm not exactly sure. And they do it for like either farm workers. One of the warehouses did it for farm workers or like just warehouse workers. Well, because a lot of them come in from another town. I was fine having them come in from another town. I don't want more people in this town. I think we have probably by the next census, we might have 2,000 people. And when I moved here, we only had 1,000. So, oh, I never could bring I've tried to journal. I only journal if I'm really pissed off. But yeah, you sounds like you took a lot of edibles if you had to nap by 3 p.m. The sleep wasn't quality sleep. Um, it's funny as I asked a friend who's seeing a counselor. One of the questions I said, because I don't know what counselors do. I've never seen one. I'm Gen X. We don't know. Most of us won't do that. I asked her. I said, strange question. Do you journal? She's like, yeah, all the time. I said, good, good. That's an excellent. I'm really for journaling. I just can't bring myself to journal. I even have an app that tells me it's 8 o'clock. It's time to write. And by 8 o'clock, I'm in my zone, cleaning up dinner. And then by the time I finally get all my night meds in, my 2 muscle relaxants and my pain pill, and all my allergy meds, it's just like I gotta go to bed. I don't have time to sit down and write. I mean, oh, that would be cool. I've got, I think I wrote a page in one of the books Mother had that she never used. But for me, my journaling is something will pop into my head and I'll make a small video about it. It's like the one I got to upload to TikTok, and then I change it and I upload it to YouTube, and then I upload it to Clapper. Is the fact that it seems like us Gen X are the last of the fighters. We're like the last generation who, we were taught to give the finger to the man, basically. So I remember in high school learning that if you flipped off a police officer, that's considered freedom of speech. So, yeah. Oh, and I love gel pens. Yes, and yeah, I've seen those, but my closest thing I have to journaling is my to-do list. It's like I still got a bunch of stuff I got to get done. Yes, sweetheart.
Sure,
Okay. Did you? Okay. Yeah. Do you want me to help? I gotta go put a band-aid on. Be right back. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we will. Okay. And I am back. The 8-year-old needed a band-aid. She has a boo-boo and the band-aid came off. That'll stay shut. She skinned her knee at her grandparents' house over the weekend, so yeah. I never have a topic really here. It's just, some of the shows I've actually called them, an afternoon with an ADHD housewife. So, and it'll be a lot easier once school's back in. They go back to school the 26th. So I get my all day sanity back. Because hubby was off for 3 months with the surgery. And then it's summer break. So I have the kids all day instead of just a couple hours after school. So, yeah. I didn't do a lot of promotion for this or say anything. So I didn't. Yeah, my bad. I forgot to tell Seven, but I don't know. Last week he wasn't feeling good. So, oh God, yeah. I spend many hours meme farming for my little shorts. So, yeah, poor hubby. I'll interrupt everything he's doing. I'm like, read this. Here, read this one. So, yeah. Oh, I've got a headache, but I'm not. I was on Qulipta for my migraines. It worked in the beginning and then stopped and then compounded my dizziness. The hydrocodone makes you dizzy. But I'm used to that. I'll get like a 2-second, split second of dizziness and I'm fine. The Qulipta was just making it worse. As I went on, it got worse and worse. So now doctor said, you're done with that one. Gave me another one and I gotta have doctor fight for that one because it's $1,200 for 10 pills or 20 pills. A 10-day supply. So like they're going to be very sparingly used, but I do a lot of that. My poor neck. Yeah. Because that's usually what my headaches are, is a tight neck. So, yeah. And I picked this time of day because hubby usually calls at 1 on his break from 1 to 1:10. And daughter, as I call daughter, she's my youngest ex-girlfriend that still lives with us, that's never here. I started it at this time because that was she would leave around 1 to go to work, so I'd have all the bandwidth to myself. So that's why it's at this oddball time. And then it works out when the kids are back in school. Well, I'm the only one home now. I mean, she comes home Saturday to do laundry because her first shift in the morning is at 3:30, so she wants a good night's sleep. So yeah, so I don't have to deal with that anymore. But it's been the same time, 1:20 for the last year or so it's easy. Yeah, I forgot to tell him, and he might not. He had a stomach flu last week, so I don't know. I don't know, 'cause I haven't talked to him in a couple of days, but I've been kind of busy um, with the class reunion and still getting my to-do list is getting longer and longer. Yeah, I don't know where he is, and I didn't message him. Typically, I send him the link, and I didn't get around to that because I got the other two. And tomorrow I won't be here. Wednesday, I'll be here with pictures of Rainier. But I will be back Wednesday. I'll have the kids, but hopefully it won't be so god awful hot. Oh, good. That's good. Because last week I was telling him, he was drinking his Gatorade. I told him to have some Pedialyte delivered, have some, reminds me, I have to have milk and cereal delivered. My midnight snack of Dino Pebbles, not Cocoa Pebbles, but they're the malto meal versions because they don't have the BHTs, BTH, whatever it is. It's a preservative and it is toxic to the body. So yeah, I read labels on most of my stuff, and I, usually my to-do list is scratched off and then added. If I don't get it done, I don't, with my limited, with my pain and everything, I know I usually can't get it all done in a day, so I don't beat myself up over it anymore. It's just like, got to go to the next day. And it's on the top of my list the next day. And I just keep doing that all over again. So, but yeah, I've got, I want to pre-pack for the kids in the morning. But I also got to this evening go clean out my car. And so that they're not sitting there. I have a bad habit of getting my mail. I mean, I swear to God, there's in the wintertime when it's cold, and I will not go out and clean my car because it's cold. It looks like a homeless person lives in there because usually if it's junk mail and I look at it, then I toss it in the sea behind me. So, yeah. I got to go make sure I don't have any waters they can step on because I'll usually keep a water bottle in there, or just pile it into the baby seat. I got to ask. I think they're going to take turns riding in the front seat on the way up there. Instead of having to ride in the back, they can actually look out the window. Because the 8-year-old is over 4 feet tall. And her brother's a little bit taller than she is. So, they're not big enough to trigger the airbag. So it's not going to hit him in the face. And the chance of me being in a wreck is slim to none. The last wreck I was in was 40 years ago. So I like my car too much that I went very, very. That could have been the difference of her, or him, either way, whatever. You know, they may not be happy or it may help them, but at least they know someone gave two shits about them to do it. A friend of mine has to, every now and then, has to do that on her sister. Because her sister will get a bad case of the brown bottle flu. And either not answer the phone, not get her bill paid in time, she's got to do that for her sister. So, yep. So, they may not be, even if they're not happy in the long run, their safety is the first concern. So, I looked at my corner thing and it reminded me. That's okay. She's still with you though. Yeah. Because, she's probably, one of the reasons she probably got mad because she had to face her own problem. But I'm trying to figure out what to put into a merch store. So I've what do you call it? That's the wrong side. It's a tail I saw going in a corner. I was like going, what am I seeing out of the corner of my eye? Shutterfly will have things, you get your freebies and just pay shipping. I turned my corner into a keychain. And I was going to see if I can, because I've got a spring shop. I think I still got it. And since this is all AI artwork that I chose, I can't get dinged. So something, or where did I put it? Yeah. One of the things you could also get was a free mug, pay shipping and handling. So I turned my AI artwork into a mug. I'm trying to get this down enough that I can use it as my banner on YouTube, and they're having a fit with it. But yeah. For me, everything is, most of my stuff will be dragons. So yeah, I have a thing for dragons and a thing for the game Myst. Played that. Oh God. 80, 93, 94, whenever it came out, on what was it? 20 megahertz Tandy computer. Windows 3.0. Yeah. So yeah, I think, thinking of just doing stuff like AI art, and I don't know how it would work on a t-shirt. I don't know. And maybe some of my photography. I don't know. I mean, my Instagram has most of my stuff, but I haven't put a lot of stuff on Instagram lately at all, picture wise. I've gotten some real good photos. I haven't done shit with them though. My house is, since I can't decorate to save my life, it's my photos. So, and hopefully ones came in. I got one from Shutterfly, but it was wrinkled. And so I ordered another one. Hopefully it won't come in as wrinkled, but it was free. So, but yeah, I think that's what I'll probably start doing. Shop. I know Mary keeps talking about, was it Fourth Wall, Fourth something, wherever her stuff's at. And what is it? Shopify. I want to see, for people that get the best price for stuff. I know the Wi-Fi stuff through Shopify isn't near expensive as pretty much my whole closet of We Are Change t-shirts that through Spring. So yeah. Oh, my cat. You have to see her. Come here, fat ass. Come here. I know. I know. This is like two squirrels. She's 18 pounds. Snickers. Snickers. Yeah, it's okay. Okay, I'll put you down. Yeah. That's my version of, yeah, she's like two squirrels. When Tommy was down there, oh yeah, she's never really been she loves to be beside you, but it's like, I'll be there with you. Don't touch me. Feed me. Don't give me eye contact, but I'll be right here. Like, she's still on the other side of the table with me. And I've had her since she was 2 days old. Her mother abandoned her behind our garage. Sometimes, as grumpy as she is, I can understand why. The 8-year-old, when she was little, it's like, what does a dog say? What does a cow say? I go, what does a cat say? And she goes, and I went, yep, that's pretty much Snickers. For a while, she didn't realize that cats actually meow. except the ones on TV. But when Tommy was helping Reese move and he was gone for so long, and I guess Johnny was gone too, I was about ready to write him and say, just send me Squirrel. I'll take care of her. You know, because I guess I heard Mama's not a big cat fan. So I'm then having to take care of a cat she's probably not exactly fond of. If you're not a cat person, you know, I was about to tell him, send her to me. Just send her to me. She'll be fine. I have 2 other cats and an outside Tom. And that poor thing just he was an old tomcat when he showed up. I don't know how long. I'm not getting too attached, but I feed him. So he may just one day disappear. So when Snickers sits down, her back feet disappear. And she won't go outside. Yeah, I saw that. Well, I saw last night he was back in Tennessee. But she won't go outside anymore. She may go to the porch. And that's it. And I'm thinking that the magpies harassed her so much. I think she tried to maybe catch a magpie, and then because I would hear them outside in the tree just squawking to beat the band. Yeah, she was kind enough one year to bring me a dead hummingbird. I'm like, thanks. Yeah, you killed it. But I love cats. I love all animals, and I'm allergic to every animal with fur. Rabbits are the worst. And then it's cats. So I have 4 Alexa Pures, a tall air cleaner, and one by my bed. Oh my goodness. Yeah. We don't have bear issues. We got coyotes. Now my Nebelung, she goes out on a leash. Oh, God, fur. Ugh. Yeah, she goes out on a leash. She's got enough from the front porch to the juniper out front or the grass and stuff. And she'll hide in that and she'll try to catch birds. But yeah, she goes out in the leash because Nebelungs are all gray, paws are gray, nose is gray, whiskers are gray, everything's gray except she's got like gold colored eyes. And she's not very smart. It's kind of stupid. And so we don't want her to get hit by the semis because next to me, I think it's too bright outside, I have CA units that weren't here when we moved in, next to me, behind me, and on the other side of me. So, we got semis coming by, straddle bugs all the time. She'd freak out and get ran over. She's not street smart. So, yeah, she's out on the leash, and the UPS guy or the FedEx guys kind of laugh when they first, they're first on this route and they see a cat all leashed up sitting on the railing of her. Oh, no, she'll still be able to sit on the railing. See, I'm ADHD. I decided yesterday. Anybody have any experience with those expandable like garden walls that are fake leaves? I was thinking of putting one of those on my porch. Thanks, cat. To help block the wind. And then I have a little rocking chair bench that underneath it I have a heated cat bed for the tomcat. Well, come wintertime, that will help break up some of the wind coming in and hide an Amazon package. So people can't see it. So, but I think my Nebelong would still be able to. I might have to put like a divider so it clips to the divider, so it gives a little extra more room for her to sit on the banister. Because if it's raining, she'll sit on the banister. If the tomcat's there, she'll sit on the banister. She doesn't want to be back down there with him, but she wants to be outside. Well, hopefully he takes Squirrel with him if he does do that. Yeah. So, or I'll take Squirrel. You know, I'm sure one more. I already have 3 cat litter boxes. I don't think one more hurt. I got 1 cat litter boxes right out the door because the mama cat, the stray cat, she's been a inside-outside cat since her second litter of puppies, and that was in 2017. Well, she decided to spend most of this winter inside and kind of bullied Snickers, the big fat one. Snickers I call Raisin Loaf. Snickers would pee on a towel in the hallway. If I put my laundry there so I could go put it in the washing machine, throw it out of the bathroom, she'd pee on it. And I'd get it to the washing machine and be like, oh my fucking God. And so I got a litter box and a mat for the cat litter so I don't have strung all over the carpet. And I'm trying to work it back into the utility room, which is the kitchen and down 2 stairs. And she won't have anything to do with it now. I'm stuck with a litter box right here. And she's 13. It's like, luckily she's getting on a, oh, good. I hope so. She's getting on a routine where she, at least if she does her stinky business in the morning. Because I've been on a live and she's crapped and it drives me out of this room. I have to go flush it. So, oh God, I know. I asked, I thought maybe it was because Snickers was raised on a little heating pad, and bottle fed and everything on a towel in a cat carrier. And, and I said, well, I asked Admiral, I said, does Squirrel have a thing for towels? And she goes, oh God, she sleeps in the linen closet. And I was like, okay, maybe it's a Torty thing. So I guess it's just a cat thing. Towels and anything black. Yeah, if I get a black t-shirt out, set it so I can, grab it in the morning. I'll set it on the back of the couch so I can just grab it and get dressed. A bad habit. It's just the 2 of us. So the bathroom door usually stays open. I'll go dress in the living room while I'm talking to him. So yeah, I'll set it on the back of the couch and she immediately has to lay on it. So yeah. I told daughter, I said, basically, if you ever hear us saying, and we don't know you're home yet, is she home today? It's not that we don't want you here. It's that we want to make sure we don't come out or leave the bathroom door open. We don't do clothing streak. What is it? My son called it clothing commando. When you're streaking to the dryer to get something to wear. Yeah. I said, that's just to, we don't want to traumatize you. So, yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, they're door. And then what did someone call them? They're like a fluffy teddy bear with pincushion claws. Something like that. I can't remember. Yeah, I'll be done here in a second, babe. Yeah. We now have someone awakened who is now a teenage boy and ready for lunch. So, yes, won't be here tomorrow, but I'll be back Wednesday with pictures of Rainier. So, And if I can swing him, I've only got 3 more weeks with him. I got another place I want to take him. Because tomorrow's the annual picture of this Emmons, whatever lookout thing. And but I want to get him more towards Greenwater to this really cool place. What is it? Federal Forest, some kind of Natchez trail thing. It is so cool. It's almost like going to the Hall of Mosses without going all the way up to the peninsula. All right, guys, I love you all, and I will be back Wednesday. So, yeah, it's okay. But I'm glad you're feeling better. I found out you're feeling better. Yeah, I got to go cook lunch for a 13-year-old who has a hollow leg. So, yeah, the 8-year-old wasn't complaining because she ate eggs at 10:30. So, all right. Do you want me to just leave this up so y'all can chat for a while? I mean, or should I just go and you guys can stare at my bookcase? So, okay, then I'll just close it out. All right, guys. For Paola, when she does her replay, all my love, Miss Dragon. Now let's see if I can figure this out because I am not fancy schmancy with this thing at all. Away we go. Thank you for being part of Miss Dragon's menagerie. I hope you enjoyed your stay. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. All my love.